Hey lads, what's the good word? I'm here. Let me tell you guys, I have total empty brain today. I got no thoughts going on. Truly nothing. Truly nothing. Whatever it is you think I'm thinking about, I'm not thinking about that thing. But what am I supposed to think about? I'm queening my GF while watching this? Now what on earth could that mean? What does it mean to queen your GF? I'm queening. Alright, we have no Urban Dictionary results for that. I'm queening my GF. It better not be sexual, young man. Or young lesbian woman. Whichever it is. No queening allowed. I'm putting a stop to it. No queening. Why you always stream at night? Well, it's the day for me. There's a new invention called time zones. Have you heard of them? You heard of this wild new invention called time zones? But also, even if I did only stream at night, is that so bad? Like, what else do you have to do at night other than just sit or lie down? Or lie down, or stand, or kneel, and watch something. It would be more inconvenient if I streamed in the middle of the day, which for me, this pretty much is the middle of the day. For me, it's you know, it's almost 3 p.m. But this ain't so bad. This ain't so bad.
Hey Max, I know it's kind of early for suggestions. Hi. But I have another analog horror series you can watch. It's called Angel Hair with a full playlist.
Unfortunately, I think I've already seen that. So I don't know if you would be able to get my, my unique first impression reactions. Because I think I have already seen it. Or I think maybe I watched another streamer watch it. It seemed interesting. It had cute characters. I remember there being very adorable characters. Kinda reminds me of VeggieTales, which I've been thinking about non-stop recently for some reason. Are you in Hawaii right now? No, this is Coconut Cove. This is my own private beach that I have. Obviously, nobody else is allowed. This is just my own little private island. Come to Brazil? Would I go to Brazil? It didn't go so well for the Smiling Friends when they went to Brazil. They were leaving just as there was about to be some kind of a suicide bombing on a giant mountain. Isn't that like the last shot of that episode? Is in the distance you see a plane about to crash for no reason? It's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny little gag. I like it. I approve of that gag. Whoever wrote that, I approve of that joke.
Next up, it's Tyrant. I just hit and run a bad driver. What do I do anyways? Love you, kisses.
Oof, you shouldn't have run. You did the wrong thing, my friend. You should have reconciled with them and asked for forgiveness.
Hey, Maxie Waxy.
Yes?
It's my birthday today. I was super excited for your analog horror streams. Love you. Wish me a good 14. Love, wah, Veronica.
Well, happy birthday to Veronica. Happy 14th birthday to Veronica. Perhaps a little too young to be watching my content, but as long as you have your parents' permission, I'm gonna assume that it's fine. I'm gonna assume that we don't have to worry about that. Even though I might be slightly worried about that. Frankly, I'm more worried about the super chatter before you who said that they struck somebody's vehicle and then drove away. Now, you know that's not the right thing to do. You don't need me to explain to you that that's not the right thing to do. Of course that's not the right thing to do. What would your mother think? Actually, that never works. I always want to implore people, be the, you know, live your life as if your mother were always watching. But then I always remember, some people have shitty amoral moms. And so, if you give them that advice, if you give that advice to somebody with a shitty, unethical mom, Because, you know, some moms are scumbags. Some moms are real pieces of shit. That advice isn't going to work on them. Because they would just say, well, I can do whatever I want. My mom wouldn't care. What else can I say? How else can I implore you towards righteous behavior? How else can I put you on the straight and narrow? I could say live your life as if God is watching, but you probably don't believe in God. I could say, you know, there's the ethics of reciprocity. You wouldn't want somebody to hit your car and just drive away. You wouldn't want that. Why would you want to live in a society where you do that to other people and not expect that other people will do that to you in return? Because what you put out into the world is what you are, in the very least, what you are deserving of getting back. I have no morals? Well, then what are you listening to this show for? This show is all about teaching good morals. I'm trying to raise you kids up right. Trying to teach you right from wrong. You strike somebody with your car, you get in a little fender bender, and then you just drive off? That's not fair. It's not fair to that person. Don't you want to not be a scumbag? You know what? I could even just say, think about a time in your life in which somebody was scumbaggy to you. Because I know we've all experienced that. We've all experienced that, and we don't like it when it happens to us.
Max, would you consider yourself an analog horror expert? Any tips?
It's maybe not
Also,
expert.
are there any super scary horror game streams on the horizon? Loved, Poppy.
When are they going to put out the next Resident Evil? Or at least announce it? Man, I love Resident Evil. I didn't play Resident Evil. I didn't get into it until like maybe 4 years ago, and then I played a lot of them, and I realized these games are great, and they're essentially made for me. These games are perfect for what I like. These are great
Hi,
games.
Max. Other than Head Empty, how have you been? Are you planning on anything special for your 1 year of streaming on YouTube?
I don't think that's coming up
Also
anytime
kisses
soon.
and hugs, red heart, red heart.
1 year streaming on YouTube. I guess I should do something special, but what would it be? What could I do? That's not coming up anytime soon. That's not coming up until, what, November? Early November, late October, something like that. Got a few more months, I think. And also, it wouldn't be 1 year, because I've been streaming, as we know, for 10 years. So this is going to be my 11th year of streaming. And if you think that's incorrect, then you're not remembering correctly. I remember correctly, you don't. But anyway. We have a big show to watch. Vita Carnis. This is a long one. We're going to be in it for the long haul with this one. This one might take us many hours. This might be a long stream. Vita Carnis. Sounds like Spanish. Vita Carnis is actually Spanish for vitamin meat, I think. Vitamin meat. That's what it means. That's the only thing it could possibly mean. Vita Carnis. Hello, I would like to order the Vita Carnis. Hello and welcome to my Vita Carnis stream. We are going to say a prayer to relax us. And after that, we are going to watch a little bit of Vita Carnis. That's Latin, dummy? Okay, they are the same language. All languages are the same language. You know that. It means living meat? Well, all meat is living meat. Isn't that a little redundant? Except for dead meat. Which is what you're gonna be if you don't if you don't watch your mouth. I'm living meat? What are you gonna tell me I'm not meat? I'm the meatiest. I'm more meaty than any of you. I'm meaty, I'm beefy, I'm cheesy. And you know what they say? When that cheese starts flowing, it gets your noodle going. Anyway, everybody please bow your heads and clasp your hands. You don't have to close your eyes, but if you feel it helps, go for it. Dear Relaxus, please help to relax us. Help us to sit back, unwind, unstress, decompress, breathe easy, hang loose, cool off, loosen up, and simmer down. Please bless us with mellow moods and chill vibes as we hang out, shoot the shit, and just straight kick it. Give us the strength to ignore politics, drama, and the tragedies of our modern world, and grant us the serenity to forgive those on social media who post things that make us triggered, upset, and emotionally compromised. And as always, help me to wish harmony to those who wish harm on me. Amen. Let's finish off our prayer by doing some square breathing. This is when you inhale and outhale at similar intervals. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth, and we're going to do a count of 8. If you can't breathe through your nose, using your mouth is fine too. Starting off, in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once more, in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now just let yourself drift off into a state of total relaxation. Just imagine yourself going to the most relaxing place that you can possibly imagine. Maybe it's a place that you visit frequently. Maybe it's a place that you remember going to when you were a kid. Maybe it's a place you've never been to before. Could be a beach. Could be a cabin in the woods where you're surrounded by beautiful nature. Could be anything that you want to be. Of course, for me, I'm gonna imagine that it's a beach, because I really can't think of anything more relaxing than a beach. Never been relaxed in my life, not planning to? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Zora. You should try it out sometime. I think you'd like it. There might even be a hermit crab on that beach. And what is his name, I wonder? Is it Herman? The hermit crab? Could that be his name? I think it might be. You've never relaxed in your life? Your blood pressure must be through the roof! Everyone needs to relax. It's good for your heart, it's good for your mind, good for your soul, it's good for your mental health. It's good for your dick and balls. It's good for your butthole. It's good for your other body parts. It's good for everything. I'm not a middle-aged man to worry about my heart. Well, that's why you have to start learning now, because you're just going to get older, and you don't want to have to learn relaxation all at once. And also, I think everybody should worry about their heart. Or maybe not worry, because if you worry, that's kind of like counterintuitive. That kind of defeats the purpose. Worrying is the opposite of relaxing. But let me ask you this. Do you ever worry? Do you ever have anxiety? Do you ever have fear? Are you ever stressed? I'm guessing the answer to that question is yes. So why not learn the art of relaxing? Think about it. Think about it. If you got the brain, if you got the gray matter, if you have the cognitive ability to mull it over. I'm 18 and I worry about my balls. I'm sorry to hear that. That's perhaps something you shouldn't be worrying about at age 18. When you're at age 18, I think your balls are pretty healthy. You've got a lot of years of ball health left in you. Although they say check for lumps. And if you find some kind of a lump on your testicular region, see a doctor. And ask for some kind of examination. Because you never know. It's, hey, you know, better safe than sorry. Always better safe than sorry. My relaxing place is your bathroom. Okay, well, it's a little strange, but... My bathroom is not open to the public. Man, let me tell you, one of the best things about having your own place is that bathroom that you have, that's your bathroom. I don't have to share my bathroom with anybody. I can spend as much time in there as I want. I can sit in there and do a crossword puzzle. I can take a nice long shower without having to worry about somebody wanting to get into the bathroom after me. Anything I want to do in there. It is truly my domain. I'm married and I have my own bathroom? Well, aren't you lucky? Well, aren't you lucky? Like the laundry room. That's your laundry room with your laundry. Don't get me started on the laundry room. Don't get me started. Don't get me fucking started.
Max.
Hi.
I just purchased a sassy goofball sticker. And yes,
Oh,
I'm
thank
always
you.
stressed out. I've been trying to know stuff. Anyways, I hope this helps. Smiley face.
Thank you. I'm sure it will help. I'm sure that that sticker will relax you. That's what they're designed to do. Better than anything. That's what they're designed to do. Also, thank you to Hassan P. Feferoni for the $5 super chat. You didn't attach a message to it, but it was like you didn't need to. You and I, we have an unspoken bond. We don't even need words anymore. That's how close we are, you know?
Max, I finally tuned into a stream.
Hey,
but
welcome.
I'm already sleepy. You might need to tone down the relaxation a bit there, buddy?
Listen, that's the
Woman
point.
shrugging dark skin tone.
That's the point. The stream is meant to put you to sleep, to lull you into a deep slumber. That's how it works. That just means it's being effective at what it's designed to do.
You didn't get my message. If you made your Fazbear and Friends analog horror, what would the series be named? And what would the lore be?
The lore would be... And I've been thinking about this, and I've been meaning to talk to you guys about this, because I have been thinking about this. The lore would be that Freddy Fazbear would realize that he needs to go out into the world and spread the message of what it means to relax, and what it means to be a good bear, and what it means to be a non-violent bear, because bears, you know, people view them as very ferocious animals. Apparently there's some kind of a meme going on right now on Twitter about how women think that bears are safer than men, or they would prefer the company of bears. And I guess we need more good bears in this world to counteract all the bad bears. You know, we've got Yogi Bear and Boo Boo, they're good bears. We've got Winnie the Pooh, he's a nice bear. Although I guess I will say, now that I'm thinking about it, for an animal that we think about as typically being like a ferocious, dangerous animal, all of the cartoon versions of bears are all like pretty nice.
I love you, Mr. Bald. Please insult me.
Old Snippers. You know what, Old Snippers? You know what your problem is you just don't get it. You're just ignorant. You just don't understand truly anything. And I've been meaning to tell you this because I've been thinking about this. I've been thinking about this and I've been meaning to tell you this, Old Snippers, but you just don't get it. You don't understand anything, probably because you don't have the capacity to. I guess this is sort of insulting. Or it could just be like tough
Max,
love.
What do you think about the city's plans to switch from a clean energy source to girl power?
Girl power?
President Mann thinks the potential for cherry bombs is too high.
Is that when we strap women into machines that sucks their life force out and we turn it into electricity? I don't know if they would appreciate that. You're talking like Zach Hadel? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk like Zach Hadel. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do if Gremlin popped out of your uncle's coat and he went... What would you do? Anyway. Go watch Oni Plays if you want more of that. Vita Carnis. I don't know if I want to take too many notes today. Because this is so very, very long, and I have to turn up the volume. This is going to be longer than the ones we've done before. I'll put it right about here. -5 dB. This is going to be a little bit longer today, so we might be kind of in this for the long haul. I don't know if it's going to take, like, over 4 hours or what, but... let's just get into it. I think maybe I'll take briefer notes. I will take notes, but they will be more on the abbreviated side. Let's move that right there. Move that there, and just squeeze that there. There we go. Episode 1. You know what? Let's not write episode. Let's just write 1. Because that's, it doesn't say episode, it says documentary. Vita Carnis. Now, this is a analog horror. It's about vitamin meat. And I think it's going to be fun. I love these. I love analog horror. I always have fun when I do this with you guys.
This is my first time catching a stream.
Hey, what's up, my man?
Was introduced to you with the MLP videos.
Welcome to the winning team, my brother. This is it. This is the best stream on the internet. Relax with Max. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really mean it. We're watching Vita Carnis. Let's get into it. No more pussyfooting around. Warning! Guys, take heed. We have a warning. Video talks about...
What is scarier? An alligator with gorilla arms, or a gorilla with alligator heads instead of arms?
Whoa, I need
Gorilla crocodile.
I need to think about that. Alligator with gorilla arms. Well, alligators have very tiny arms, so that wouldn't be very scary. Or a gorilla, and also it would probably just make it harder for the alligator to walk because they walk on all fours. A gorilla with an alligator's head instead of arms. Okay, so it's alligator with gorilla arms or gorilla with alligator arms. The gorilla with the alligator arms, obviously. Because gorillas have huge hands and huge arms. So not only could a gorilla be like crazy strong and crush you and has a giant gaping maw with huge fangs, but they've also got an alligator head on each arm? That would be the most dangerous thing ever. Truly, that is the most dangerous game. It's a Pokemon evolution? Well, let's hope not. Is that what Pikachu turns into? After Raichu? You know, it's time for Raichu to evolve into something new already. It just goes Pichu, Pikachu, Raichu. Why is there no fourth thing? It's been 30 goddamn years. This video, you're wasting my time today. This video talks about and shows imagery of graphic continents. That says continent. Like gore, violence, death, flashing lights. Viewer discretion is advised. Continent. Episode 1. Continent. Flashing lights. I love flashing lights. Federal law provides severe civil and criminal penalties for the unauthorized viewing. Is this unauthorized viewing? Are we doing unauthorized viewing? Any reproduction, distribution, or display of this video is prohibited. Fuck, I might be reproducing it. I think this might literally be what I'm doing. The possession of this footage may lead to into investigation and detention. Okay, well, I don't possess it. I'm just watching it. It's on YouTube. If released from custody, the apprehended will face a penalty of $500,000. You know, it takes 30 seconds to proofread something. Darian Kilroy. Now, I don't want to go too hard on you yet, Darian Kilroy, because you might be a nice man. I don't want to lay into you. But if I were to offer you notes, my first note would be it takes 30 seconds to proofread something. Hey, old-timey music.
Earth, life has thrived for millions of years.
I know that planet.
Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments.
There we go.
From barren wastes to lush forests, life can be found. Earth has homed these creatures since the dawn of life
I authorize
itself.
the viewing and reproduction
Only
of this
until
footage.
very recently,
Thank you,
things
Manifestor.
have changed. New life forms have appeared all around the globe and completely changing the balance of nature and what we know about evolution itself.
They're adorable.
That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species, trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life.
Are they tardigrades? Are they water bears? That's kind of what they look like.
First, what are these new life forms? Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931, there has been much debate on what these newcomers are and where they came from. Are they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity? From what our scientists
So many great options! Jeez!
have discovered.
Can you maybe show us one of them?
The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how, but one thing is for certain.
Show
Earth
us
is
one.
now their home. What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today. But here is what we do know. These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones.
Okay, organic.
They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of these characters,
They greatly resemble animals with no skin or raw meat? Hang on. Meat is muscle. I'm already confused. They're made of muscles, organs, and bones, and they greatly resemble mammals without skin or raw meat. What? Is meat not just an animal's muscle? Or it's muscle that you intend to consume? Is that not what meat is? Or are they suggesting that they resemble animals without skin or raw meat, meaning that they look like cooked meat?
because of these
I'm already
characteristics,
thrown for a loop.
they have been named accordingly
This stupid bullshit is already making me look stupid.
Vita
You don't
Carnis.
make me look stupid. I make you look
The
stupid.
Carnis species consume decaying, organic matter, but their main diet is composed of raw meat, not including their Carnis relatives.
Okay,
The
carnivorous.
Carnis only appear in places where there is an abundance of crawl, which leads to the first creature of the Carnis species, the crawl.
Crawl. That's
The
a tree.
crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being the dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a
a meat
similar
tree?
pattern as vines, mold, or fungi.
I'm a fun
A
guy.
primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches. In each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth. The source of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces.
Ugh.
Using its
Ew.
root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the crawl also obtains energy through another means. Using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis,
Oh.
the dark
okay.
pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth. Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments, easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere. Its recent inclusion in the ecosystem has caused many major changes in nature's balance. One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead. The crawl's abundance grants plenty
Well,
of
they're helping the
nourishment to all
ecosystem then.
animals,
That's good.
from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant population, and carnivores feeding on both the abundant prey, and are able to eat the crawl as well. The presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins
Poop
again.
emoji. Ew.
This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive.
All right, well then who's complaining?
Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage. Because of the supernatural rate of growth and its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms. Because of the
It's funny how whenever there's some kind of like a freeze frame gag or freeze frame lore, this is not The Simpsons. Freeze frame gag is what you would is when you have to freeze something to see a joke in the background, like on The Simpsons. There's always a lot of activity on that part of the video right there.
Natural rate of growth and its rich.
What do it say? I see a newspaper. Radioactive tower overgrown with crawl. All right, well that's fine. That's fine.
And its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms. The crawl is harvested and processed into fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality.
Sure.
The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans, and reliably so. But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards.
Wait. What did he say before that? It tastes like humans?
Fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality.
He didn't. I couldn't have heard that right.
The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans,
a
and
food source for
reliably
humans.
so. But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards.
Yeah, don't eat that.
The crawl also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying. Sometimes, in a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches.
A node of meat?
This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent animal. This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the Trimmings.
Okay, so the crawl is a tree of meat from which the Vita Carnis springs forth. All right, well that would mean that if we can destroy all of the meat trees, if we wanted to get rid of the Vita Carnis, anyway, they've yet to suggest that there's anything bad about them, although I'm guessing that they will be bad because it's horror. But if we got rid of the meat trees, then these weird little creatures would stop popping off of them, right? Now I'm thinking of portals. Whoa. What do we got there? I saw a family. Oh, look, it's a royal family. We have a king, we have a queen, we have a child. It says once upon a time. Made by Darian Kilroy. Or Killoy, excuse me. Good job, Darian. Do we get this warning every time? Is that really necessary? Darian, get your head out of your ass.
The Trimmings.
The Trimmings.
Trimmings are small animals that resemble skinned raccoons. They are commonly known to have a plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs. All individual Trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs.
If that's because of ad block, then I'm going to have to turn it back on. Or turn it back off. Okay, fine. Extensions. Remove. So I stopped using ad block because it throttles my stream. But I don't want to watch ads. Why do I have to choose between a stream that lags and watching ads on YouTube? It's not fair. I should be able to have ad block on and not have my stream lag. Why? Unfair. Maybe there's a different ad block I can use. I'm gonna have to look into that. If there's an ad block, if there's like a way to block ads on YouTube that isn't ad block, if there's another one that's popular, you guys let me know which one I should be using. Because I turned it off for a while because there was a big news story, what was it, like a month ago, 2 months ago, something like that, about how AdBlock is throttling YouTube. And then I was like, you know what? I'm sure they've fixed it since then, but no, apparently not. YouTube Premium? I can't use YouTube Premium because of the kind of YouTube account that I already have. uBlock Origin? I think I've heard somebody say that before. I'll have to look into that. Well, I guess we'll have to watch ads today so the stream doesn't lag. My apologies.
The crawl constantly produces
I'll mute the ads.
Trimming notes,
Ads will be muted, in the very least.
Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl. Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years. Although they are plentiful, humanity has no problem.
That guy has long arms. Why is that guy's arms so
Their
long?
overabundance has even considered
A long-armed
due to
motherfucker.
them digging through trash bins and making excessive noise at night.
Who's Vunt?
Besides all of this, some people still keep trimmings as pets
Ugh.
and relatively domesticate them.
I don't want that.
Nuisance or not,
Ugh.
trimmings are a wondrous creature.
That's not a good
from
pet.
their plentiful numbers
That pet's
to
gonna
their
bite you.
skittish nature. They are truly a thing to behold. The next species on our list is the meat snake.
Meat snake. The meat snake. That's what I call my, well, you know. Very mature. Meat snake? Come on. We're talking about meat snakes today? Oh, shit. Yeah, kind of like a meat snake situation going on.
The meat snake.
All right, guys, no jokes. No jokes about the meat snake.
is a worm-like creature, made of a variety of types of...
Yeah, a worm-like creature? Why not a snake-like creature, you fucking genius?
Coated in a transparent...
I don't care, I'm saying
skin-like
snake-like.
membrane. Its size varies during its lifespan.
So worm-like, why don't you call it
depending on
the
how
meat
much
worm?
It consumes. When it first separates from the crawl, it is only a few centimeters in length.
It's cute. That one is cute.
Eventually, it will reach an average length of 5 meters. Although, under extreme conditions, like natural disasters, war,
I don't
or
like the
plague,
trimmings, but
it
the
can
meat snake
greatly
is cute.
surpass this length.
I think I just blinked and saw something. I think something popped up right as I was blinking. And I missed it. What do we got? What do we got? Give it to me. Give it to me. Where is it?
Surpass this length.
Was that just in my imagination? No. I saw something for realsies.
The disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass...
There, yes! I'm not going nuts, you're going nuts. Largest meat snake ever discovered. During a sweep of underground settlements made during the war, a massive-sized meat snake was discovered stuck inside an underground railway? The beast was measured at a total of 40 meters in length. That's big. That's a big boy. It is believed that bodies gathered during the war were fed to the creature, causing it to reach an unbelievable size. Cult activity. Okay, so cults feeding war soldiers, which might be repetitive, but whatever, to the meat snake. I think it's cute.
Surpass this length.
I don't care what anybody says. I think it's
The
cute.
meat snake's diet consists entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism. The meat snake allocates its food by using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby. This process shares many similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name.
I thought you said it was worm-like.
Once it locates
Well, first
the
it was
corpse,
worm-like,
the
now
meat
it's
snake will
snake-like.
open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole. Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible. After that, The remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract and slowly be implemented into its own structure.
Yeah, so
extending
it
the meat
eats
snake.
normally? It just eats the way we all eat?
Parts like
It's just normal
skulls,
eating?
pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted.
Ugh. I don't want to think
Speaking
about
of
excreting
skulls,
fingernails.
the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own
So
skull,
like Cubone.
each corresponding to what that one has consumed. During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years. The meat snake has no predators and is immune to disease due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating.
Complete destruction of the meat snake.
Interestingly,
Or
the
by
meat snake
destroying
is
the meat
only
snake.
member of the Carnis family that is able to reproduce. When a meat snake reaches an excessive size, and is in the conditions to do so, it will commence mitosis, splitting itself in two. Then the now two meat snakes will go on their separate ways and live on as two distinct organisms.
We have 2 meat snakes on our hands.
Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot, not too cold.
That's
Their
just everywhere.
population depends entirely on the amount of corpses available. Where there is death, there are meat snakes.
I hear that. I've been saying that for years and nobody's been listening to me.
Humanity will use them to our advantage. Meat snakes are a very efficient and clean way of disposing of any meat products. The preserving fluid within the meat snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease. Humans use meat snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, within war on the battlefield to dispose of
don't
festering
feed people
bodies
to the
and
meat
parts,
snake.
and
No.
within zoos to dispose of deceased animals. They are extremely tame, not caring if any creature is around them.
Yeah, he
only
looks
acting
tame. You
defensively
can really see
when
the
it is
tameness
within
in his
consuming
eyes.
a meal. This means they are very easy to tame. Overall, meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself. It is an amazing experience to encounter one, as long as you don't mind the smell.
What does it smell like?
Our next creature is the mimic.
The mimic. Okay. That one looks more humanoid. The mimic. Hey, no ads. Perfect. Gore, violence, death, and flashing lights. You keep warning us about that. We haven't gotten any of that yet.
The
Bring on the
mimic
gore
is a
already.
bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin,
Creepy
with added
and human-like.
exaggerated features. These features include extended finger length,
Yeah.
longer limbs,
Yeah.
bulging, empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide,
A big hairy
filled
dick.
smile. Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped. The maw of the mimic contains much more teeth than humans, and their teeth is comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back. This tooth composition is ideal for biting down onto meat and swallowing chunks whole. A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
What? What did he say? A mature mimic is comprised entirely of human flesh?
A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
Oh, well that seems bad. And also, why did you stop talking? Don't make me look at that
Because
thing.
of this, they are found solely
Take it
around
away!
human-populated
Take it away!
areas. The mimic's life cycle is made of 3 stages. In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl.
So it's like a
They
ghoul?
closely resemble their trimming relatives, but are thin, sleek, and only have 4 appendages. In this stage, the young
like a lot of
mimic
the
will hunt
artwork.
small animals, moving on to larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once fully transformed, it will resemble the description mentioned in the beginning. Its
Okay.
hunting style changes and becomes much more complicated. It now stalks and feeds only on humans. It will locate human-populated area and begin its search for an easy target.
Does it eat them alive?
To blend in, it may use objects to conceal itself. These include clothing, mannequins, and furniture.
I'm imagining just a big creepy meat monster, but wearing normal clothes. And he's like, "How do you do, fellow humans? It is me, a regular human. Don't mind me, totally not a meat monster."
Once a target has
Hey
been
guys, what's
the
up?
mimic will observe its prey
So, we all love
when
eating
it is most
meat?
vulnerable.
Me
This is
too, I
typically
love
when
it.
the human is asleep at night. Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption. Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population. and
Okay, well these are things that I guess that we would have to worry about considerably more than the other ones. We could have skipped over the trimmings and the meat snakes and gone right to the mimics. Eats people. Bad. Don't like. Stationary mimic found outside of town, presumably digesting last night's meal. Photographed by Spite of Artemis.
begin to digest its meal. Although, in the case that a human is awake, a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into cornering themselves. Once a human is in place, it will swiftly attack and kill the helpless target.
Sad. Look out, lady, there's a mimic coming for you. Oh, she's fucked. Lads, F's in the chat. This lady's about to get mimicked. F's in the chat, lads. It's all over but the crying.
Open up, I'm a mimic. I mean, normal human here. Pizza delivery. Did you order a pizza with meat?
Lady, she said normal pizza man.
Just normal human pizza man.
Don't be rude, it's normal pizza man. What are you so afraid of? She's gonna get jump scared. And so, nothing bad ever happened to her. The end. Joe Cheese. She's got them big, creepy mimic fingers. Oh, it's got big doughy eyes. It has big doughy eyes like a cartoon character.
The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has two potential morphs it may develop into.
Oh yeah, what's that?
If a mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features.
It becomes
It
a
will
real
grow
boy.
skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human being. It now can blend entirely into civilization.
You can tell the
and lure
difference from
other
the
humans
dick.
more effectively.
The dick is always bright red.
The second type of morph happens.
Ladies, if you meet a man and he's got a big bright red dick, you got it. That's a red flag. You know what they say? A red dick is a red flag. You need to get the fuck out of there.
When
He's a mimic.
receives an overabundance of food, it will grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. Its proportions will increase in length, and its humanoid features will fade away. It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin, which
Got
is
dicks on
highly
the brain
durable,
today.
and
Just all dick
increases in
jokes.
strength the more the elder
Dicks,
mimic
dicks,
consumes.
dicks, dicks, dicks.
This excludes the face, which is now coated in a pale pink skin. The mimic's teeth have also moved deeper into the mimic's throat, leaving its mouth a toothless grin.
That's gross. Ugh.
It uses the
It's
dark
gross
hue
and
of its skin
impractical.
to hide seamlessly within a dark environment. Its skills have also been heightened. This makes an elder mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet. Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter.
Just
Here
kill
are
all the mimics.
instructions.
Just take them out. It's us or them.
1. Avoid going out alone if your location is known to have mimics, or there have been mimic sightings. 2. If you encounter a stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities.
If you see a big horrifying meat monster from the depths of hell, calmly and quietly walk away.
3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee.
Get yourself
Mimics
tested.
will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route. 4. In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it.
Do not
A
bonk
mimic is
the
fairly
mimic on the
resilient,
noggin.
And any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time.
Oh, come
Instead,
on.
use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6. In a situation where a mimic is hunting in the immediate area and is not aware of your position, hide somewhere low, like under a bed or behind other furniture. A mimic will not linger too long to search for prey and will move on.
And these are killing people in cities? That's not possible. If they're just wild animals, that would be like if people are getting killed by bears in a city. Like a bear would never make it in. I don't trust these mimics, which I guess is obvious and it's smart, but I feel like they could probably pose a threat to people who live in the wilderness or people in more rural areas, but I don't know about something big like this getting into a city. A big red meaty monster, man.
Safe, and avoid any encounters with a mimic at all costs.
I will.
Next up,
Balls?
the Harvester.
Balls? Wiener. Love you, Mwah.
Thank you. Thank you for the oh so important super chats. Balls, wiener. Wiener and balls. And also balls and wiener. Thank you, Darian Killoy. I thank you, Darian Killoy, for this wonderful video. I thank God for this day, for the sun up above, for my mom and my dad.
The Harvester.
The Harvester. Got some kind of like a Venus flytrap thing. That looks like a Metroid villain as well. This looks like something that you fight. This looks like a mini-boss in Metroid. Harvester. I thank Darian Kilroy for this day, for the sun in the sky.
The Harvester is a large, bulbous mass with a large
You're a
amount
large
of tendrils
bulbous mass.
spreading from the base.
Bazinga.
The bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter. The tendrils, on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally. The Harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is
so it's a
created
type of
when
crawl.
an node that will grow into a harvester. Instead of separating, continues to grow. Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother
Harvester?
branch and expands its
I
reach
barely
further.
know her.
Its
Oh,
tendrils,
shush!
hidden
You
just
shush!
below the surface of the ground.
Shame on you! This is serious!
The harvester is equipped with 2 types of specialized tendrils.
Can't you
The
see
first
this
type
is
bulky
serious?
and flat. They lie the closest to the surface. These branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines, extending in the shape of a bear trap. On each side of the branch, those particular spines have a vein that feed into them, that pump 2 types of venom. On one side, the spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into, causing sudden paralysis. The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected...
Is this all
prevents
just going to
blood
amount
cells
to
from clotting.
it's a scary
Whenever
plant
a large animal
that
moves
can
across
kill
the
you?
area armed with these tendrils, the branches will
I think
clamp
so.
onto the animal and thrash violently. Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will rest and the prey will immediately collapse. The animal
fucked,
will be
idiot.
unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is lie patiently, until succumbing to blood loss. Once the prey has bled out, the second type of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped once. These branches are thick, but very sturdy. They share similar anatomy to the small branches of the crawl, equipped with organelle that absorbs nutrients.
That's just a dick. I'm just looking at a dick.
These tendrils sense the blood and
Oh,
move
this
their
is
way
all
to the
dicks.
surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid.
This is a
Once
little
the blood has been
slow
consumed,
compared to the
tendrils will
other
wrap around the
analog
body
horrors
and
I've been
begin to
watching
shuffle
recently.
downwards. This movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body underground.
So it might be a little
Once
more
secure,
repetitive.
the
Like
tendrils
these
will
are all
con-
just kind of like variations of, like, isn't this a creepy, gross animal? Isn't this a creepy, gross animal? But also we've only just started, and there are a lot of different directions this can go in, and we're almost done with videos about the creepy, gross animals, and we'll see where it goes after that.
Continue to feed until there is nothing but scraps. The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester. This bulb houses all the vital organs and the venom glands that pump
Don't
into
go
the
near it.
spines.
Don't go near it.
The nutrients are then converted into usable energy. The remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil, causing very prominent plant growth, which then attracts more animals. A strange behavior the harvester displays is its choice of diet. The spines will only activate on larger animals, allowing
baby.
smaller ones to pass by unaffected. The
Oh, good.
spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens. One, it could be
Aren't
that
we all
attacking
creepy,
smaller
gross
animals
animals?
would cost too much energy.
Well, you can speak for yourself. I, naturally, am not a creepy, gross animal. I am a creepy, attractive animal.
For what they get in return.
If I'm a
making
creepy,
it
gross
not
man.
worth the time. Another. could
And
be
man
that
and animal
smaller
are not the
animals may
same.
attract larger animals
You're separate.
or predators,
You're different.
allowing a safe place where prey may thrive and lure more predators. It truly is astonishing. Although it is a spectacular creature, it is also very dangerous.
Yeah, we know.
The harvester is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern hemisphere and woodland forests. If you are stung by a harvester, there will be no way of helping you, being that
Yeah, you're
there is
fucked.
no cure, and fatality is 100% positive.
Ah! Shit.
The best thing you
Why? Why? Don't spook me. I'm watching analog horror. I'm trying to relax. Not in the mood. Okay, we got black screen here. Family attacked by harvester. Wow. Good thing I went back to read that.
The best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester in the first place. If you are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters around.
Okay.
If you also notice an abundance of lush,
Why wouldn't they just take them out? Why wouldn't they just, if they're so dangerous, if something is dangerous enough and it's hunting humans and it can't be contained, then it's us or them. So just take them out. Just go into the woods with a gun and shoot them all. Is that inhumane of me? I guess you could maybe make the same argument in regards to, like, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. But you don't, like, accidentally get killed by a bear. You have to be, like... Well, you know, maybe this is a rant for another day. Never
Signs of
mind.
wildlife.
I guess this is what everybody on Twitter is arguing about right now. How dangerous is a bear? I don't know. How dangerous is a harvester?
If you find yourself in the middle of a harvester ground, do not panic.
I won't.
Sudden
I
movements
won't.
may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a
But if it's
harvester-
literally just like a giant trap, the harvester is like a big fly trap, right? So to speak. But it traps more than flies. It traps bigger animals, like deers and humans. So... would that be more or less dangerous than a bear? I'm not sure. It sounds, the way they're describing it makes it sound more dangerous. Bears also tend to, like, stay away from humans, though. So, like, if a bear sees you coming, I think a bear will go in the other direction. They only attack if you get really, really close to them. Not that I'm some kind of a fucking bear expert. But I will
rather
try to sound
forgiven.
like one if I possibly
Do not risk
can.
any skittish movements. Remain calm. If you have any objects with considerable heft, like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb, and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands, distracting the bulb for a moment. You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If
Women love
possible,
meeting strange
throw
bears
another
alone in the
object
woods.
when you are certain you are a fair.
Is it is it wrong of me to think that I like, and I guess this is more of a comical observation. I don't really think this, but is it wrong of me to think that women prefer bears over men because they all just secretly want to get fucked by bears? These are just a bunch of zoophiles who fantasize about bear fucking. Ladies, I'm onto you. Ladies, I'm onto you. I know you want to fuck those bears. Ladies, just come right out and say it. Just admit it. Say, we're here, we want to get fucked by bears, we want that bear dick. If you just be honest, people will respect you, except not really, probably not, because you're admitting to wanting to fuck an animal. And people like that usually aren't very well respected. I don't want to fuck an animal. If somebody offered to let me fuck an animal, I'd say no, and I wouldn't do it.
Enough distance away, just to be safe.
Unless...
Continue until you are completely sure you are out of harm's way. You may come out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal. Next up is the host.
The host? The host? What do we got next? What's coming up? The host of influence.
Max, are you saying all that since technically you are a bear? If you don't know, look it up or ask chat.
I know what a bear is. I don't know if I qualify as a bear. I've been losing a lot of weight recently. I still wouldn't... I wouldn't call myself thin yet. But I'm certainly thinner than I was a year ago. But am I hairy enough? You have to be fat and hairy to be a bear. And I don't know if I'm anywhere near hairy enough. But I guess there are a lot of gay guys out there who would be interested in a guy like me. Host of influence. Am I a bear?
Harvester Cooch or Mimic Dingaling? Spend 10 schmackles on this broken heart.
Thank you for your schmackles. I will spend your schmackles wisely. Neither. I don't want either. I don't want to fuck animals. I don't want to fuck mimics. I don't want to fuck anybody. I just want to never fuck ever again. Why can't I just keep my penis clean for the rest of my life and not have it get dirty? That's all I want, is a clean penis. I don't want to put it in anything ever again.
The host of influence.
If you get to heaven and you have a dirty penis, they don't let you in. Bob the Tomato told me that, and he knows God personally.
From a host who invites guests to an event. Not to be confused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease. The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso,
the structure
and arms.
of a head.
Other than this.
Why is that funny? The structure of a head. You mean a head? Oh my god. I'm in a goofy mood today, I guess. The structure of a head.
Other characteristics. The lower half of the host is comprised of a mass of fibrous tissue and tendrils that burrow into the ground to hold the host in place. Instead of skin, the host is covered in muscular tissue fibers, tendons, and veins. In some parts of the body are covered in a meaty plate, used to cover any large exposed areas, but allowing movement.
Okay.
The host's head has a smooth surface where the face should be.
Why do all of these drawings look like they were made by a child? I wonder if that's relevant. Do these drawings not all look like they were made by a little kid? Especially that handwriting. That is like iconic little kid handwriting. Am I wrong? Yeah, that's just in my imagination.
Attached to a crooked neck, which houses a slit in the front used for feeding. On the host's back is a mound of pores. Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that
Do what jiggle? The host of influence? Well, he's a meat monster, so he probably does a lot of jiggling. Bob the Tomato being lascivious, just like me. Please do not speak ill of Bob the Tomato. Bob the Tomato is a very respectable young tomato. Bob the Tomato does not get horny. I can assure you. I can assure you of that. He has never been horny. He has no idea what it's like.
Fired into the air. These spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs.
What was that?
Luckily,
what did you be?
keep clear of them at all costs.
What am I looking at? It looks like a photo of a dog's asshole. Gross!
Luckily, the host is rare, only found in North America. Obtaining info about the host is a very risky and daunting task. This is because of the rarity and of how dangerous it is to be up close to one. The spores released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them. An infected organism will show no symptoms of infection right away, but a couple hours after infection the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change. The first symptoms that appear are restlessness, sluggish movement, numbness of joints, and lack of coordination. Then more serious
kind of
symptoms
describes the way that I
appear
feel
over
right
time.
now. It's not all that
These
different.
include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech, and trembles.
Don't
If
have
you
trembles.
or someone you know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services. After a total of 6 to 7 hours after infection, the organism will cease all activities they were previously doing and begin to walk. The direction the infected will walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual.
Okay, so it zombifies people with its
If the
farts.
infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, the
And
host
say,
will
come on
promptly gut
my
and remove those
chest.
organs. The host will consume them and discard the leftover scraps. However, if an infected organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection...
Why are these videos just making me stupider today? These videos are just making me dumb today. I don't have a clever bone in my body today. Oh my god.
The effects will wear off
My
and
brain is
return back
fried.
to normal.
I told you guys, I said I don't have any thoughts in my brain today. My brain is completely empty.
If a host is unable to find prey or doesn't like its current location, it will unroot itself and move to a new location.
I have to go back and hear what he actually said.
Makes getting in is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected
Human goes to
individual.
host.
If the infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs.
Yeah, it just kills it. Okay.
The host will
What I
consume
expected.
them and discard the leftover scraps.
You're a leftover scrap.
However, if an infected organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back to normal. If a host is unable to find prey or doesn't like its current location, it will unroot itself and move to a new location. Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting info about the host very daunting. All you need to currently know is that the host is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs.
Alright, I'll
Next.
stay away.
The monoliths.
The monoliths. Ooh. Oh, we got something at the end there. What do that be? What do that be? What do that be? Can I see? Oh, this is like a children's book. Although one day the critters found the cave while searching for food, they found the prince in trance in his healing sleep. The critters were so awe-struck and enchanted by the prince's magic. Coolsies. Well, you guys, you gotta find your host. Everybody go find their host. Get down on your knees and show your organs. Next up, we've got the Monolith.
The monoliths. The monolith.
The lasciviousness is spreading. You know what? Thank you for pointing that out to me. We need to make an effort to dial that back. No lasciviousness today. Let's all be respectable, respectable young children of God who don't make inappropriate
only showing up in June
jokes.
of 1972 in the area of. There are only 7 monoliths, all of them located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers in diameter. This ring of monoliths surround.
Stop.
The monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height. Each monolith has 2 trunk legs that are firmly embedded underground. The legs connect to a torso.
Oh, it's big.
The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure.
hungry.
These strands end at the neck,
Keep talking
fusing
about
into
meat.
a solid mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an
I
upside-down
could go for a meaty
triangle
strand
with a hole
right
in its
now.
center. On each side of the monolith where arms would be, there are dozens of long, rope-like appendages. These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away. What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing.
Cool.
The only activity documented that the monoliths have done was in
Stop.
during this period. They were
Stop!
extremely aggressive.
Just
When a
tell
group
me.
of
What is this?
were making
Come
their
on.
way to the city. The monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out. When military vehicles were dispatched, once they got close enough top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely not.
Releasing an...
Vita on my Carnis till I crawl. Anyways, good stream, creepy bulb UNC, love.
Thank you. I love you too. But now I forgot what I just heard, which is why I paused. But thank you for the super chat, regardless.
Completely knocking the vehicles out in the
Oh, it released an
vehicles
EMP.
out in the vicinity.
Like an electromagnetic pulse? Isn't that what that stands for?
Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
Can release an EMP. Assuming that stands for electromagnetic pulse. Ooh. It big. Ooh, creepy audio. I like this.
Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed. Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all. Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of awe and mystery, only adding more questions to these meat beings.
You know, I've been a
And
wise
finally,
ass, but that one
the
is
last
pretty
creature
cool,
on
I
this
think.
list is
And we got one more.
marvelous and majestic world
What
that
the
exists
fart was
today.
that? What is it? Give it to me. Oh, we've got another storybook. I don't know if I can read this one. Yep, I can't read this one. The text is too scrungled. Can you give me some non-scrungled text, please?
Marvelous and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have such
Oh, baby
strange and
elephant.
mysterious beings appear all around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery of the lives of these living meat creatures.
Yeah, hats off. I love meat. Thanks for watching. More to come. Was that really the last one in that series? No, the next one is the last one. But this one is just a compilation of everything we've seen so far. So I think this one I can skip. I can skip this one, right? Yeah? Although, at the end here it says Singularity, and that looks new.
On planet Earth, life has thrived for millions of years.
Yeah.
Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments.
Yeah.
From barren wastes to lush forests, life can be found.
My
Earth
parents
has
have a
owned these
parrot like that.
creatures since the dawn of life.
It's an African gray parrot.
is an orb comprised of a dark-colored mineral within.
The Singularity. The Singularity is an orb. Cool.
Of luminous colors within its core. The Singularity is estimated to be 1 meter in diameter.
1 meter. That's a big orb.
Several unique qualities that are not well understood. The Singularity typically can be found suspended in air by an unseen force. There are also a variety of reading that have been documented coming from the orb itself.
I'm afraid of the orb.
Like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other pattern-like signals released by the Singularity. The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the Singularity is hidden or confiscated by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the Singularity being held by...
Show me. Show me the Singularity! I want to see it. Let me see that orb.
Majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary.
Oh, now we're back at the baby elephant.
I
I wanted to see the damn orb!
Around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and
didn't get to see
discovery of
the
the
orb.
lives of these.
You guys ever seen that photo of Trump putting his hand on the glowing orb? Trump puts hand on glowing orb. What is this thing? I know nothing about this. Oh, is it? Oh, it's just a globe. I always saw it edited. I didn't. Is it just a globe? Yep. There's Africa. Okay, never mind. It's just a globe. I've only seen the edited version where they take the countries off and it just looks like they're all putting their hands on a glowing orb. And I'm like, why? He goes to the Middle East. This looks like a man dressed in Middle Eastern garb. They go to the Middle East, and as is customary when you go to the Middle East is you all have to put your hand on the glowing orb. Well, now that I know it's a globe, that's much less interesting. Alright. Let's not get distracted by the orb. Next up. Vita Carnis, cook at home kitchen, cheese crawl penne.
This could be the greatest discovery of the age.
Wow, it's like I'm really watching TV.
Have any information of the whereabouts of...
We may
Be making a dish that has recently gained a fair amount of popularity. Today's dish will be a cheesy crawl penne.
Could have maybe hired an actual actor instead of just using AI to do the voice. If it's meant to be like a cooking show, that would typically be a real person.
To start off, these will be the ingredients you will need. 3 cups of penne pasta.
3 cups. Hang on. I'm gonna write this down. Cheese crawl penne. 3 cups penne pasta. Yeah.
Lay 3 cups worth of fresh crawl.
Okay. 3 cups fresh crawl.
Try to get a variety of sizes when you buy yours, or when you harvest them yourself. 1
So
cup
people
of
are eating it.
cheese. Half a cup all. Try to get a variety of sizes when you
Yeah,
buy
that looks
yours,
like,
or when you
Somebody's home harvesting. Somebody's doing some homesteading with crawl.
harvest
not?
them yourself. 1 cup of cheese.
You want to be more, specific? There's a lot of kinds of cheese. 1 cup of cheese. I'm gonna say that's cheddar.
Half a cup of green onion. 1 teaspoon of salt. 2
Half a
tablespoons
cup
of Cajun spice.
Green onion.
2 tablespoons of parsley.
Wait a minute.
2 tablespoons of Cajun. 1 teaspoon of salt.
1 teaspoon of salt.
2 tablespoons of Cajun spice. 2 tablespoons of parsley. 1 tablespoon of dill. 1 tablespoon of garlic.
Dill?
A pinch of pepper. And finally, the most crucial ingredient. Nutrier Company's newly released flavor enhancer.
I won't be able to find
To
that.
bring out the richness of flavor.
I could get allspice for that. I could use that I could use that Emerald brand Southwest seasoning that I use when I make my fajitas.
Within each and every meal. First, get a medium-sized pot and fill half of it with water.
I'd call that small.
Add a pinch of salt, which is used to help the pot come to a boil faster and help flavor the pasta.
That was way
Then,
more than a pinch
set
that he
aside
just
to
added.
boil.
That was a handful of salt.
Grab your crawl and a sharp knife. Begin to cut the meat into a rough mince.
What on earth is that? What did they use for this? Oh. You can cut faster than that, big guy. I know you can. You do not have time to be mommy. Remember that from Ratatouille? You do not have time to be mommy! Cut fast. Just go chop, 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 chop. Ew. That knife is dull. You're just squishing it.
Crawl is soft on the outside, but the interior has a surprising sturdiness. Then, gather the meat and set aside.
Gonna have to change tablecloths after that. Why would you cook on a tablecloth surface? Just do it on the counter.
Mince the green onion into rough segments.
I do like green onion. That's good eating right there. Could go for some of that.
Take this mince and set aside as well. Next, grab your skillet and preheat with along some oil.
Okay. It's not chopped! You just squished it!
Take your minced crawl and spread it evenly across the skillet.
You just squished it, my dude. It's just squished. It's not minced.
Stir occasionally until crisp and brown.
Okay, it's not crisp and brown.
As your water reaches a boil, add your penne and stir occasionally.
Okay, that's just pasta. You can't do pasta wrong. Unless you oversalt it. You oversalt the water, which I've done a few times. Because they always tell you to add a bunch of salt. More salt than you think you need, but then I add too much.
Your will be brown and crisp.
Okay, now that's meat. Finally.
Add your minced green onion and then the spices.
Oof, starting to get hungry.
Mix well. Once your pasta is finished cooking, strain it.
Yeah. Getting hungry for that crawl.
Lay your
Just
cooked
like
penne
Mama
evenly
used to
into your
make.
dish. Then add the crawl topping.
Stop.
Sprinkle a generous amount of cheese along the still warm crawl.
That's cheddar. That has to be cheddar. What else could that be? Munster? I don't know.
At this point, finish preparing
If it was cheddar,
the
it would
dish
be a
with
little
your
more
flavor
orange.
enhancer, but allow your dish to cool to a temperature below 60 degrees Celsius, or else the enhancer will not work.
You could go for some Munster cheese right about now. Yeah, I don't know why he's wearing a gas mask. That's a little weird. You clearly didn't cook it. The cheese is not melted yet. You gotta cook it. You gotta cook it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The crawl wants revenge. you can cut up my tendrils and cook them? Oh, I don't think so. Was that anything? Was that something? Do we have to Do we have to look at this? Is it something we can see? Come on. Come on. I thank God for this day, for the sun in the sky, for my mom and my dad, for my piece of apple pie, for the love that he shares, 'cause he listens to my prayers. Where is it? That's why I say thanks every day. 'Cause a thankful heart is a happy heart. I'm glad for what I have, and that's the perfect way to start. I can't find it. Fuck it. Fuck it. There it was! Fuck, are you serious? Stop! Give it to me! Give it to me. Come on. Come on! There we go! Although the other critters ignored the rest of their fellow kind, instead they secretly visited the slumbering visitor. They snuck what little food they had and carefully fed it to the prince, greatly hastening their recovery. That's why I thank God every day. Music by Sister? Alright, you can give her name. You don't have to just say sister.
Many people get pets for companionship. They form bonds and grow relationships with these animals, even to the point of them being considered a part of the family. Most people get dogs or cats, but maybe you want something more interesting.
This series seems like it's more... What the fuck is that? Hey pal, do you want to see my meat puppet? Jeez. The series, I don't want to seem too critical, but it seems like it's just all flavor text. There's a lot of flavor, but there's not a lot of lore, and there's not a lot of scares. Look at that thing. Look at this.
Self a trimming. These lumps of meat have grown a reputation.
It's so silly. It's so silly. Am I supposed to be afraid of that? It's silly. It's a silly baby boy. It's a silly little thing. That's a good boy right there. I can see, when I see a good boy, I know a good boy when I see one. That's a good boy.
To be a loving companion for many people in the recent months. Although
it's just a good old boy.
May not know the proper ways to care for them. Today, we will be showing you how you can care for your pet trimming.
It's going.
Taking care of a trimming is fairly easy, but this is no reason to slack off.
It looks like a turtle.
They are living things and do require maintenance. The first thing to keep in mind when keeping a trimming is the temperature of your home.
Do not put it in the oven.
While trimmings are resilient to both high and low conditions, you want to keep your base temperature near room temp, maybe slightly cooler. That being said, trimmings prefer warmer areas to nest. A simple setup you may use is a box.
Does it always make the same face? It only has one expression?
Make sure there is enough for your trimming to cover itself. And now, you have a comfy bed
now
for your
it goes
buddy.
to sleep like a sleepy boy. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me.
Next, you want to give
It's
your
all
trimming
tuckered
the
out.
best
You got to
diet
tuck it in at
possible.
night. Oh,
Trimmings
he's
are
a
not
tuckered out
picky
little boy.
eaters and will eat anything you give them. To keep your trimming healthy and strong, a diet of dry cat or dog food that is high in protein, provided 2 times a day, is best. As a treat, you may give your trimming any scraps of your food.
You can have a little cheese
Things
as a
like
treat.
apple cores, banana peels,
Banana?
or eggshells are a
Banana?
perfect snack.
Did you
A
say
thing to remember
banana?
is trimmings are nocturnal and make plenty of noise.
It's like Wolfo. If this was my pet, this is when I would be screaming, "Hey, shut up! Quiet!" Wolfo yapping in the other room.
To prevent you from having sleepless nights, try to give your trimmings first meal in the late morning or afternoon. This helps them be active during these times instead.
Okay, good advice, I would say.
Another thing to consider if you want a pet trimming is where they will be living. Your home should have enough space for your trimming to roam around, as well as access to the outdoors, like a backyard. If not, be sure to take your trimmings on regular walks.
It's just funny.
This gives your trimming the exercise they
eating
need,
grass.
as well as allowing them to meet other trimmings.
It looks like a child's
Trimmings
art project.
are a social creature and need to interact with others of their kind, like how they do in the wild.
I love grass.
When it comes to entertainment,
Hey, speak of the devil,
trimmings
here
are
comes
not the
Wolfo.
most active and aren't the best at fetch or tug of war.
Yeah, it looks
But there
tired.
are other ways to keep your trimming entertained. Some toys that trimmings like are little items they can push, around, pull, or carry. Trimmings also enjoy things that you enjoy as well.
I have to see what the
watching
comments say. I have to see what the
television or
comments say about this good boy. I work in a vet clinic, and one thing not mentioned in this video is that you should never use harsh soaps on a trimming. Alright, this is just somebody playing along, somebody LARPing. I like how trimmings are wholesome in their own cursed way, while everything else in this universe is absolutely terrifying. Instructions unclear. Accidentally raised a mimic. Luckily he was pretty chill and didn't murder me. I have a theory. The consciousness of anyone killed by a harvester, mimic, or host is absorbed by the crawl and sometimes is regrown as a trimming. This is why trimmings lament and cry at night. I love my little trimming. His name is Potato. One night he would just not stop barking, screaming, yelling, meowing, or whatever that ah sound is. Turns out there was a freaking mimic in my backyard. I think Potato might have saved my life that night as I called the police. Alright. So people seem to be fans. You know, it's an exotic pet. It has to grow on you. It's not going to be the same as owning a dog, obviously.
listening to the radio. They love seeing and listening to all the funny things coming from the devices.
I like radio.
After a long day, your trimming might be dirty and need a wash. To clean them, start your bath with a gentle warm water, mixed with a bit of hand or body wash.
Do not drown the trimming.
Gently scrub the trimming's feet, armpits, belly, and neck fold. Remember to be careful around their face and avoid getting soap in their eyes, nose, and mouth.
Why?
Gently pat dry
This is
with
supposed to be
towels and
scary?
done. Now your buddy is all clean.
Why? I thought this was analog horror, not analog cute little animal.
And lastly, as said before, trimmings are social
This
creatures,
is so goofy.
so be sure to give them plenty of affection. They love receiving pats, scratches, and pets. They also love to sit with you and cuddle. Since they communicate with each other in the wild, it is best to replicate this behavior with them as well. Simply talking to them is plenty enough. You can talk about your day, if anything interesting happened at work,
It's
if
an
you are
animal, it
working
won't
on
understand.
any new recipes, or talk about the weather. Trimmings are very good listeners and love to be involved.
Wolfo, you're out of here. You're being
With all of
replaced.
these in mind,
Gonna replace
you are
Wolfo with
now
one of these bad
well-equipped
boys.
to have a trimming become a part of the family.
Wolfo, you stink.
Do things right.
You're
and
outta
you
here,
will
bub.
Have a companion for a long while.
Okay, so what can I glean from that? They're great. I want one. Immediately. Don't know if I spelled that right. Well, we got another page in our storybook, I think. One day, the prince awoke suddenly. Thanks to the critter's assistance, the healing process had finished very quickly. The prince had fully recovered and was now fully awake and aware of their surroundings. Surprised by the sudden awakening, the critters ducked and hid from the prince's sight. Okay. I can't wait to get rid of Wolfo and get a trimming. Wolfo, you've been a pain in my ass for too long, bud. You're out of here. Pack your shit. Time to pack your shit. You gotta go. You gotta go. Anybody want to take Wolfo off my hands? Anybody interested in a free cat? Blue color point mitted ragdoll, Supreme Grand Champion and Bloodline. He was very expensive. So if you take him, you're getting a deal. Unauthorized reproduction, distribution, or viewing of the following footage is strictly prohibited. Infringement of these instructions leads to severe penalties enforced by federal law.
In the year of 1945, with the war finally ended, the cleanup process had started. During routine sweep of an underground train tunnel, the cleanup crew made a grotesque discovery. Found completely filling the tunnel was a meaty wall, and in the center of the mass was an opening with several skulls surrounding it.
It was a big anus.
Closer inspection of the blockage revealed that the mass was actually an extremely engorged meat snake. Its impeccable size had blocked off the entirety of the tunnel's
I'll show you an
path.
engorged meat snake.
There was many strange things with this creature. First was the coloration. A typical meat snake's color is bright reds and light browns. This particular meat snake was a very deep maroon. Another strange thing about it was its behavior. This creature barely moved. Meat snakes are normally sluggish and encumbersome, but the specimen discovered seemed to lack.
He's a big
even
boy. He's too big to move. He's tired. He's been eating all day.
Its behavior was that of a plant's. Stationary, with only minor movements within. One would assume it was dead.
The Alaskan bullworm, yeah, that's right.
May act this way may be
it was
because
big, it was pink,
in
and it was
place
all
to
wiggly.
conserve energy. But how would it have gotten this deep into the tunnel in the first place? And by the looks of weathering, it had been in there for quite some time. So how did it get so large? The answer was discovered by a different cleaning crew, who found the other end of the tunnel. They followed it until it met with the other end of the meat snake. Alongside it was a huge pile of
a huge pile of shit, because it's the asshole, right?
This meat snake's skin also displayed great amounts of resilience. It took several days of cutting to even obtain a sample.
Okay.
Here, you can see the clear difference between this meat snake specimen versus a normal meat snake's membrane. Testing on the sample showed that it had great immunity to damage. It tolerated extreme freezing temperatures, extreme heat temperatures, and even high doses of radiation. It is a wonder how such durability can occur in an organic creature. Another strange phenomenon is the smell off the skin. Normally,
the
it
smell?
would have a sour smell of rotting flesh. But the specimen displayed a rather pleasant smell, like that of cooking scrambled eggs. Meat snake was later discovered to be
cooking
by
scrambled
unboser.
eggs. I could go for that. I could go for that right now.
Meat snake grew in
honestly,
flies was discovered to be.
Honestly, these videos are just making me hungry. They're making me hungry, and they're making me want a pet trimming. That's really all I'm experiencing here. One of the critters built up the courage to meet the now awake stranger. They crawled to the prince's side and extended their hand in friendship. The prince reached back, and together they formed the bond that will change their fate. Mimic Defense Instructional Manual. Alright, the mimics are the scary ones, so maybe this will give us a fright. This will give us a good spookin'. Emergency alert!
As of the time of this video's release, we have been facing a concerning increase
2 years
of
before I
missing
was born.
persons and fatalities on a global scale. The reason for this is because we are under attack. We have discovered that there has been a significant growth of mimic populations, which is threatening public safety. National leaders have released this instructional recording to teach you on how to defend yourself. Here is what you need to know about the threat. Mimics are humanoid, intelligent predators that are highly adaptive and feed solely on human prey.
We already know
Mimics gain information on people by watching their daily lives and pick to hunt people when they are most vulnerable. The most common times a mimic will attack is when you are asleep, that walking alone, or in a cornered position. Mimics are cautious and calculative creatures, taking precautions to ensure a successful hunt. They utilize various tactics to capture a person by surprise.
They say boo.
One of the more well-known tactics is hiding itself inside of furniture.
Oh, I don't like the... I hate the idea of somebody in your house hiding. That's so unsettling to me. Isn't it weird to think that there are people... there are people out there in our world right now that have somebody living in their walls or in their attic and they just have no idea? Isn't that just like the worst thought ever? You always hear stories about somebody who had someone living in their basement or in their attic and they didn't know. And then they would leave the house and then they come out and they like eat their food. And then they go back up in the attic. Ugh. It's so unsettling. Now luckily, in my apartment, there's nowhere where nobody could hide. So I'm not too worried about it. But it's still a scary thought, nonetheless.
Mimics can hide inside our sofas, recliners, wardrobes, ottomans, and other places a mimic can comfortably wait. Mimics are able to contort their body in ways that allow them to fit inside smaller places. They also use it to expand their body, making themselves appear larger for intimidation. Another method mimics use to blend in is their ability to put on and wear clothing. Mimics put on layers of shirts, pants, and jackets
but
to
the
hide
face
their
kind of
bright
gives
red
it away,
skin
though,
and blend
doesn't it?
into densely populated areas. In very rare cases, mimics can develop and grow to look very similar to human beings. Pairing this with clothing, it can be very hard to tell the difference between a mimic and a person right away.
No,
If you
maybe
are
for
unsure
idiots.
if the person is a mimic, look out for key features that may reveal their true form.
If I saw someone who looked like these faces, I would not hesitate. I would just get out my cross and I would say, get the fuck back. Get the fuck back, demon. Get away from me. You ain't fooling nobody.
Look for abnormal facial featers, like large, bulbous eyes,
There's something
flat
creepy there.
noses,
Something creepy.
wide
Something
mouths,
creepy. I
and
want to see
an
that.
uncanny smile. Form.
What do we got? Look for abnormal
Normal
facial
facial
features.
features.
But some people are just abnormal at the same time. Ooh.
Like large, bulbous eyes, flat noses, wide mouths, and an uncanny smile.
Might just be a burn
and
victim.
clammy skin.
Might be a
Also
Harlequin
pay
baby.
attention to other exposed
Be
body
somebody with
parts like
Harlequin
hands.
type ichthyosis.
Mimic people will have long fingers with no fingernails. If you are unable to see their face or hands, watch their walking pattern. Mimics' legs are long and hunched. Their walking will be unusual and irregular. Here is what you do if you are met with a mimic. If it stands before you, do not panic. Stand your ground and try to appear larger. Wave your hands
You
and
say,
make
stand
plenty of
down, mimic!
noise.
Mimic, stand
Maintain
down!
eye contact. A mimic will hesitate to attack a potential threat. If you are armed with a weapon, aim for the head or legs.
Excuse me, you told us
These are
earlier
the
not
best
to do
areas
that.
to
You
hit
said
to
don't bother
immobilize the
shooting it.
threat. Fight back and don't let it get a hold on you.
Contradicting
If you
themselves
find
yet
a
again.
mimic that hasn't discovered you yet, stay out of sight. Call the authorities and alert them of your location. Stay where you are to avoid startling the mimic. If the mimic gives chase, run. Try to get somewhere out of sight and hide. Do not leave the area. Officials will need to locate you to help. Stay low and stay quiet.
And stay safe. Stay safe,
With the
everybody.
information you have learned, use it well, and stay safe.
There we go. There it is. Don't get mimicked. I hear a door unlocking. Who could that be, I wonder? Evidence tape, Christopher and Janice case, 1983. That was... Oh, go back. That was 5 years before I was born. Observe footage for confidential information. Completed. Discard and destroy all copies of this tape immediately. Immediately. With no D. Although I tried to spell immediately over here and I didn't do too great either, so... Unless this is correct. Immediately. Once again, Darian. You can do a spell check.
Got it. Let's see. Yep, it's working.
Hey, can we get a move on?
1 sec. Yeah. Okay. Hello.
Hello. We only have 30 minutes of tape on that.
I know, but just gotta see how it works.
These brats are about to get mimicked.
Yeah, well,
I never got to use one of these.
You meddling kids are about to get it.
You were the only person who could film with me, so you're gonna have to put up with it.
Fine.
Screw you. Screw you.
Screw you.
It's still way too dark. 1 sec. There we go. Hello.
Going out for a mimic hunt. Let's find them mimics.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. You got some light now. Oh, look at that over there. You can't see anything unless I like point directly over there. Like, nope, can't see nothing.
This guy's out of breath already.
Are you sure we should be out this late?
Fine. I'll cook you stuff when we get home. Don't worry.
I'm hungry.
Too bad.
Why are you filming if you're just pointing the camera at the ground? You know, I'm kind of hoping these people just get eaten by a mimic now. Just take them out. Just take them out. The ad blocker's still working, even though I turned it off.
It still turns off and on randomly for some reason. Like, it's the best thing I could get my hands on, though. Turning on and off, but it's the only thing that they would give me. It works, though. I just gotta watch.
This is gnarly.
It's not my fault. This
You're
guy lives
gnarly.
in a fucking dump. We're almost there. We just gotta get through the woods. You see it, though? Hopefully I show up on camera, though. Hopefully there are lights out there.
Max is 3011.
Like, people still live
I guess that would be
there,
41, right?
Can't be that bad.
Pretty dark for me.
But it was just one guy. I don't know why. Like, why would they get rid of everything? This thing can't capture it.
I thank God for this day, for the sun in the sky, for the birds and the bees, for my piece of apple pie, for the love that he shares when he listens to my prayers. That's why I say thanks every day. A thankful heart is a happy heart. I'm glad for what I have, and that's the perfect way to start.
Like they had to get rid of the trailer.
For the love that he shares when he listens to my prayers. That's why I say thanks every day.
Filming that. Hopefully, you get a good mark for it. we're getting close.
Still like 6 minutes left before anything substantive happens, Max. Are you serious? Oh boy. Well, what do you guys want to talk about? Boring. Let's watch Family Guy instead. We can't watch Family Guy. Get content ID'd.
Oh, bush. Careful.
Something's about to happen. I can feel it. Guys, I can feel it. This is about to get real good. This is about to get funny, scary, entertaining, sexy,
We're going.
erotic,
Yeah, we're almost there. We're on the road.
thrilling,
Right next to
exciting,
it. Like, it's
thought-provoking.
literally up there.
Okay.
Come on.
Come
It's
on.
not too late yet.
Hungry.
Said that already.
Yeah. I'm still hungry.
Soon, okay? We're almost there.
A thankful heart is a happy heart. See, you guys aren't being thankful enough. You're watching this video. You're watching this stream of me watching this video, and you're thinking, this is boring. But what you should be thinking... what you should be thinking is... I am so thankful for Max being a streamer, and I'm thankful for Vita Carnis and Mimic Defense instructional tape.
You go ahead. You can't see a thing.
And I'm thankful for the sun in the sky, and my mom, and my dad, and my piece of apple pie.
There should be a path.
That's why I say thanks every day.
See, I found the path.
They found a path! And some trees. Interesting, compelling, irrefutably interesting. And some dirt. And some grass.
Hey, Max.
Hi.
I heard about your diagnosis. I want to let you know lots of people love you. I love you, and Jesus loves you. I am thankful for you.
Don't make me upset. Thank you for the super chat. Let's not get too schmaltzy here. But thank you. That means a lot to me. You know, I was expecting at least a few of you guys to have the same illness, but what I wasn't expecting was that one of my mods, Pixel, also has it. And I was like, wow, that's funny. Not ha-ha funny, obviously, but, you know, like small world funny. That Pixel also has the same thing. Although, Pixel, I do have to throw you under the bus a little bit. Because we were talking, and Pixel said, if you want any fibro tips, let me know. And I'm like, oh yeah, that could be good. What are your tips? And then she just proceeded to tell me about how bad it is. And I'm like, that's not a tip. I thought you were gonna say something helpful. That's not useful. I already know how bad it is. It is funny though. Small world, I guess.
This way. I think this way. Yo, look at this. I didn't see this on my way over here last time.
I thank God for this day, for the sun in the sky.
It's cool. Like, we could get a shot of this in, like,
For my mom,
you know?
for my dad, for my piece of apple pie. For my dick, for my balls, for the people in my walls.
There we go, yeah. That's cool.
That's why I thank God every day. I'm so glad I don't have people in my walls. Oh, that's got to be like the scariest part of being a homeowner. If you own a big house, there are so many places where people can hide.
We're on the flat part now.
For my ass, for my grass, I thank God for my pot glass. Yeah, that works as well. Still just walking. Still just looking at dirt and trees and grass.
This is where everyone was. There's no one here now, though.
Cause a thankful heart is a happy heart.
Yeah.
I'm glad for what I have, and that's a perfect way to start.
You take the camera and the light.
Yeah, give her the camera.
Point at me, but don't point at my eyes, please.
Max, you are not paying any attention to the video. Well, what's to pay attention to? Come on.
Like a barf bag.
I hope we see your cartoons again in the future. There is a reason they have more views than people in my country by several magnitudes.
Well, what country do you live in? If you live in a country that doesn't have a lot of people, then that wouldn't be so impressive, I guess. But thank you. Like I said, I don't know if I can promise that I'll ever get back to making cartoons, but I would like to. If I felt a little bit better, then I would probably feel so inclined. Maybe I can start to feel a little better soon. I don't know. Take the compliment, Max. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. And thank you for the super chat. I'm taking it. I'm being a good boy. I'm taking my compliments.
No one was allowed near, but only a few witnesses saw what truly happened there. For some reason, the police were acting.
I can't really hear him anymore. Now it's too quiet, and it says confidential.
And when the information was released to the public, they say it was a suicide.
I can't hear what he's saying.
Trailer and most people living nearby moved away.
This is a trick. They're making the audio real quiet because they're about to jump scare us. So we turn up the volume, right? So we can hear the quiet audio. And that's when they hit you with the big nasty scary face, the loud noise. I know your tricks. It's an old one. That's the oldest trick in the book. Let me tell you.
You said grizzly way too much.
What?
You said grizzly way too much.
Too much?
Yeah.
Okay, should I retry?
Sure.
Okay.
It caused.
That one turned out alright, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, why is it rolling? Did you catch that?
This video has 1.3 million views.
Film and yet, I needed someone to film. Alright. No hard feelings.
Come on, please.
Okay.
I'm begging you. Please, something happen. I'm begging you. I'm on my knees.
I understand.
I'm down on my knees.
Back there was the perfect time for a serial killer to just jump out and grab us, you know?
Cut it out. It's scary enough as is. Chris? 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 Where are you? Chris! Come on!
Chris.
This isn't funny!
Uh-oh. Finally, something happens. Chris is gone.
Chris! I just want to go home, come on!
Chris, stop fucking around.
Fine, I guess I'm going home without you.
Chris is playing a prank.
I'm tired and hungry. If you want to stay out here and play games, you can.
Chris, what are you doing? What are you thinking, Chris? Get out of here. Chris, get out of here. Chris like Chris Griffin? Yeah, it's Chris Griffin from Family Guy. It seems today that all you see is Vita Carnis on my TV. But where are those good old-fashioned mimics? Where are those good old-fashioned meat snakes on which we used to rely? Lucky there's a meowly meow. Lucky there's a man who likes to go pee and poo in the fucking toilet every day. He's a family gay.
Chris? What are you doing?
Chris, what are you doing, Chris?
This isn't funny.
It's not funny, Chris. What was that?
Oh, what are you doing?
It was a guy in a red bodysuit costume. Look at the goofy eyes. That's Chris in a costume. Chris, take the mask off. Chris, we're not falling for it, Chris. Chris, stop fucking around, buddy. Come on. Crackhead Elmo. Yeah, kinda. It's like a crackhead Elmo situation. It'll be over soon, baby. Just give in to the mimic. The mimic is hungry, just let the mimic feed. Okay, she found a house. She gets into the house. Oh, now it's breaking the window. Ooh, okay, that was pretty spooky. That shot right there was spooky. Uh-oh. The big bulging eyeballs with the giant pupils. It's very cartoony. It's very cartoon-esque. I don't know if I would say it's scary. Oh, we got another page in our storybook. The critters... Oof, this one's hard to read. The critters led the prince out of the cave up to the top of the hill. The prince had lawed burial under... That can't be what it says. And showed them the forest. This is our home, full of wonder and beauty. Although the forest struggled to provide for all of the critters... And we are facing disaster. Can you help us? Interesting. Good job, Darian Killoy. I'm sorry for laughing at the scary parts. I feel so guilty when I play a game or I watch something and I don't perhaps take it as seriously as I'm meant to. But I guess that's the point of me streaming, is I'm just supposed to give it my natural first impression reaction. But then I always feel really guilty to imagine, like, the person who made this watching me reacting to it and being disappointed that it's not affecting me in the way that it's supposed to. Can you note down the prince's story, please? I don't remember most of it now. Abnormal documentation harvester. Hang on, let me go back and read that. Notable population density shift discovered between the dates of 1989-08-01 and 1989-10-01. Maps display the charted populations of harvesters' location on a monthly basis. Okay, that's... Ooh, wow, there's a lot of them. They're everywhere. They would be more dangerous than bears if that's where they are. If that's how many of them there are. A very happy, photoshopped family. Aww. Okay, the family is going for a walk in the woods. Maybe. kids are gonna get snapped. They're gonna get snapped up. Oh, those kids are dead. Those kids are fucking dead. Got some creeping tendrils. Harvesters are on the move. Some scraping. Lots of scraping. Oh, don't hit the baby! That baby's dead. Oh, that's sad. A baby crying just makes me sad. The baby is crying, snapped up by a harvester. I don't like crying baby. I don't like dying baby. I think I see a skull. The harvester killed the baby, or child, I guess it's a child. The harvester killed the child so harshly that it's being removed from the photo? It's removing its entire essence from reality. It's so dead that it just never even existed in the first place. Mother finds baby, starts crying. Oh, shut up! Oh, I'm sad, my baby died. Boo! Suck it up, you can make another. Oh, there goes the mother. She's done so. You can just make another baby with your vagina. Why would anybody be sad about a dead baby? Did we get another page? We did. Yes. What happens? I cannot even begin to read that. There's no way I could read that. That is way too blurry. It's all smudged. Alright, not reading it this time. Made by Darian Killoy. Good job, Darian. Darian, please don't watch me reacting to your videos. Vita Carnis Flavor Enhancer Commercial. This video contains flashing lights, loud sounds, and graphic content. We got 4 videos left.
Flavor. The most crucial component to enjoying a good meal. The way food tastes is what makes eating so pleasurable.
I saw Ratatouille, I know.
But what if you could savor every little detail you could possibly want?
It ingested them alive? Ooh.
That is why we, at Nutrier Co., have made it so that you may enjoy every single bite you take. With our product, the Flavor Enhancer, you can extract every last morsel of taste from your plate. With overwhelming demand for this essential product, even...
Okay, so basically what you've invented is salt. This is called salt. We already have it.
Since our start earlier this year,
it's a flavor enhancer.
We have delivered what you wanted. Now introducing the Flavor Enhancer Deluxe. Now
Deluxe
packaged in
salt.
a larger size and modified recipe, there is now even more savory goodness to go around. Since our debut in mid-1990, the Flavor Enhancer has shown to be a major hit, with our product flying off the shelves. The Flavor Enhancer Deluxe will allow us to satisfy your growing, tasting needs. Now allowing you to add even more enhancer to your dinner,
Yeah,
making
just put
your
it all
food
over there.
even better to enjoy.
It looks like cumin.
The Flavor Enhancer Deluxe, available on shelves now. Nutrier Co. Experience true savor.
sizes make dining even more pleasant, now allowing more generous amounts of enhancer at a time. Flavor
I
Enhancer
guess.
Deluxe, now available in stores near you.
What do you guys think it tastes like? Is it nutmeggy?
Nutrier Co.
Is it
Experience
cuminy?
Save.
Let me tell you, cumin is great. Cumin is so delicious, every time I eat it, I cumin my pants.
Make your taste buds pop with the new deluxe size. Make tasting even more awesome.
Spoil your kids with this essential part of every meal. Nutrier flavor.
Flavor Enhancer Deluxe.
That's bread.
Required for all meals.
Required?
No matter how small it seems, just a little more.
I'm not putting seasoning on white bread. You must be nuts. I'm not eating that. I'm not eating bread with cumin on it. You must be nuts. You must be nuts. Call me crazy, but I'm kind of starting to get hungry for flavor enhancer. I want to consume the flavor enhancer. Good job. Oh, and what do we got? What do we got? The prince gathered what he could and then set sail onward. Once the prince returns home, they will come back to the island and return to the critters. Okay. Tape under uncovered documents. Uncovered documents. See some bugs? Are those bugs? You got some bugs? What do you got there, bugs? Confidential info. Files confiscated or not released to the public. Click. That's bug. That's bug. I know bug and that's bug. Seen those babies before. Nutrier scandal. Nutrier Co. is facing charges after numerous reports of sickness after consumption of their product, the flavor enhancer. Once again, we just call that salt. As just salt. Only statements made from the company so far are dismissing any issues and that their product is safe to consume. Max unfortunately doesn't remember what Canada looks like. Well, I've never been there. I saw Canada from the top of a mountain once. Bug. Teeth. Urchin. Hair. Strand of hair. Bug. Leaf? Brain. Another brain. Hair again? Carcass conflicts with nature? The private organization of containment and research consult association society, Carpus, has been experiencing backlash from government agencies about cooperation and violation of newly introduced policies. Beep. New log. Message to the carcass. Yeah, you tell him. You tell those guys. You tell them off.
In the distant horizon, the group of monoliths stand vacant.
Looking badass.
Although closed off to outsiders, their stance can be observed well outside the perimeter. It is known to have hundreds of thousands of fibers that weave themselves deep underground, all connected in a grand mycelial network.
Hey Max,
I
you
am.
should look into a horror game called Love. Sam, it's got reading, a mystery to unravel, and some genuinely creepy jump scares. More.
Love Sam? I think I've heard of that. That sounds familiar. Thank you for the super chat. I do study the Carnis. While you were busy goofing off, I studied the Carnis. Nobody's doing anything. People are afraid. Finally, we're getting somewhere. People are afraid of the Vita Carnises. Everyone is dying. Everyone is getting taken out by these horrible, horrible meat monsters. Meat snakes, trimmings, mimics. Although they are making great recipes, as you can see. With 3 cups of penne pasta. And 1 cup of cheese. And I guess nothing is being done. Why is nothing being done? Why is nothing being done?
Because they don't want us to know.
Because they don't want us to know.
We've been kept in the dark while those above us slither amidst the blind. They have slowly been numbing our minds to their schemes. But they've made one crucial error. Trails, crumbs, traces of information. I've collected.
And is that what we're watching right now? We're watching a collection of the traces of information?
These pieces and found their loose ends. This is why I've left this message to you. The document's included with the standard. It's all the information that I have gathered. Every continuity, every cover, every clue that I could find. They all lead here. Something has been going on these few years. Something big. Something they don't want us to know about. Which is where you come in.
Me?
I don't have the power to change things, but you do.
I do.
Alongside the documents are plans. Plans for a meeting one of great importance. You have the resources. With this information I've provided to you, I hope you can put a stop to all the scandals. I just hope it isn't too late.
The monoliths are truly an astonishing sight to behold.
I don't really feel like hang on. I don't really feel like I got my answer as to why nothing is being done. Thank you for watching. Well, no problem. Did we not receive an answer to why nothing is being done? The answer was just because they don't want you to know. Alright, we got 2 left. 2 videos left. Vita Carnis, Facility 0.
Mission brief.
Canada. That I don't know. Also don't know that.
3 ground teams are tasked with infiltrating a previously abandoned mall titled Facility 0.
Oh, Canada,
which is located in the restricted zone based on our info.
my home and native land. True patriot
The mission will take
love
place in
in
3
all
stages:
thy son's
infiltration,
command.
encirclement, and ambush.
With growing
Primary objective
hearts
is to
we
capture the
see
facility
thee
and
rise
seize
our
the items of
true
interest for
horn.
extraction. Numerous
I don't know
armed
the
guards
words.
are located within the facility. Avoid detection and keep up your guard.
Facility 0, where I was born.
Alpha team, in position. Beta team, in position.
They couldn't.
Gamma
They
team,
couldn't contain
in
me.
position.
And I busted out.
Copy. Beginning phase 1.
Eyes on the point. Clearing pathway now.
Yeah, take it out. Take it out.
Pathway cleared. Give it the green light.
Did it work? We've got red X.
Wait.
What?
I think I saw some hidden text.
Begin phase 2.
It said Grandma Brownie's chocolate
Oh,
chunker
shush.
wunker
Oh,
bunkers now
shush.
with even bigger chunks of chocolate chunks.
Shush, I thought you were being serious. I thought you were going to give me a clue. To help me understand what's going on. Instead, you're just trying to do a bit. Shame on you. But thank you for the super chat.
Do in advance.
But also shame on you. Shame on you more so than thank you.
Alpha team, copy. Beginning advance. All right, we're heading out. Move, move, move!
This is not real footage. This is video game footage.
Lights off. Come on. Move. Keep your distance. Single file.
They're gonna go take out the monolith? Or are they... I guess they're breaking into Facility 0. Perhaps. Perhaps not.
Halt! In position. Awaiting green light.
What did I miss? You have not missed much. You have missed a whole lot of nothing. F2 Shopping Center. Escalators. Escalators, escalators, escalators.
Eyes are secure. Turning blind. Lights green.
Some dudes.
Copy.
Standing
Green light
around.
is a go. Begin phase 2 in advance.
Eyeball is closed. That means move. That means move. Go, 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 go. How you guys doing? Just had a meat snake for dinner. Yeah, if there were weird animals made out of exposed meat, people would just be eating them. I'm sure you could find a way to make them taste good. I would eat a meat snake. I would eat a meat snake. I would eat a trimming. I would eat a mimic. I would eat a harvester. You would eat my meat snake? No, you can eat your own meat snake. We'll eat our own meat snakes. But if I ate your meat snake, then you wouldn't have a meat snake. So I'll just eat my own. You don't take a meat snake out of your brother's mouth.
Alpha team in position.
It says
we
that
are
in the Bible.
experiencing mechanical interference. Should we
Bob
resume?
the Tomato told me that.
Copy. Phase 3 is still a go. Preparing for breach.
Breach in 3, 2, 1. Breach.
Get down! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! I said get down! Get down! Put down your weapon!
What are you looking at? What is this?
Put your hands up! Get down! I said get down!
Oh! They're shooting. They shooting. Are they opening fire on the meat snake? No, no, don't shoot him! He's just a meat snake! No! You can't shoot him! No! Well, that's all she wrote. That's it, lads. Oh, wait. It's not over. It's not even over. Yeah, that's what it's... hey, you know, at least they worked in the title. Season 1 finale. Did we just watch it? Or is it coming next? Alright, hey. Good job on Season 1. Darian Killo, you did it. You did it, Darian. Hats off. And I guess all we have left is the Season 2 teaser. Season 2 coming eventually, and this was 5 months ago. Eventually could be longer than 5 months, I suppose. I was predicting that this stream was going to be over 4 hours, and I guess that was a little ambitious. But hey, there's a Gamer Subs code. Gonna use that to get $5 off Gamer Subs. Whoop! Oh, jeez. Back up. Whoa. That was kind of creepy. I like that. I want to see that again. I like that. Carnis Season 2. You guys gonna watch it? What do you think? You guys gonna be into it? If you're gonna watch it, put a 1 in the chat. If you are not gonna watch it, put a 2 in the chat. If you might watch it, put a 3 in the chat. Only if you do. Yeah, fair enough. I can't read backwards. I don't know what that says. Success. One of the words was success. Alright, that's it. That's all she wrote, lads. That's Vita Carnis for you. I don't know if I would say it's been my favorite. It's a lot slower. Also, this image right here that I used for the thumbnail in my video that I did today, I was expecting it to be in one of the videos, and I guess it wasn't. Or maybe it was the thumbnail for one of the videos that they did. I hope it's okay that I used that image for today's thumbnail. I'm not going to get in trouble for it, because I never get in trouble for anything. Yeah, it was a little slow. It had some moments that I liked here and there. I liked the trimming. I liked when they showed it when they showed it getting a bath and it had suds on its head. That was very adorable. But that's it. That's all she wrote. Do I say that too much? That's all she wrote. I feel like I say that at least once a stream. I should stop saying that. I'm gonna make a New Year's resolution to stop saying that. I'm not gonna say it anymore. What can I say instead? That's it. Period. And you know what that means. It means it's time to wind things down. With a song, as we often do, on the piano. We had a few good laughs, my friends, made a few memories. And although now the fun must end, I hope you see what you mean to me. You're all my neighbors and allies, and though it's time to part, as we traverse through lows and highs, I'll keep you all inside my heart. Sorry that it's time to go, but we can still share one more song. It's because I love you so that it hurts to say so long. Red and yellow, black and white, you're all precious in my sight, but it's time for us to say so long. Okay, I am writing. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write U-block origins. Because if I don't write it now, I won't remember it later. And we'll see if that works better. Because when I use ad blocker, it really fucks with YouTube. I don't know why. It didn't used to have that problem. It wasn't so bad on my living room PC. It's still working pretty well over there, but on this PC, it does not seem to like when I use it. U-block origins. I hope that's going to work better. Let's pray it works better to God and to Relaxus. And our prayers will be answered, I think. I'd like to take a moment to encourage you all to consider joining my Patreon. That's what it's called, right? uBlock Origins? Yeah? Or is it just uBlock Origin? Yeah, whatever. I'll figure it out. I'd like to take a moment to encourage you all to consider joining my Patreon, which now has over 10 years of updates. For just $5 a month, you can get access to useful resources for artists and animators such as source files, presets, and tutorials, and the link is in the description below. And if you're not interested in the art stuff, but you'd still like to support what I do, you can become a channel member right here on YouTube and get access to exclusive emotes in the chat. That's going to be it for me, folks. I'll see you on Friday. We might be playing the crab game. There's a crab game everyone's talking about. Have you seen the crab game? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? It's a crab game. I think it's called One Crab's Crab or something. We might check that out. And thanks to everyone who joined us for this stream. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home and allowing me to spend the afternoon with you. It's been an honor and a privilege. And remember, I am close personal friends with each and every one of you. So long.